Welcome back. It's your boy SoftServe. Today I'm going to be talking about something a little different. Today I'm going to be talking about how working in traumatic jobs kind of led me to addiction issues. Um, I'm not a doctor. This is not professional advice. I'm just telling you what I experienced, what I went through. And yeah, so you can take this just as some friendly advice. um, some of the things that they don't tell you about when you get into these types of jobs, they don't tell you how it's going to affect you. A lot of military first responders and stuff like that, you're seeing things at work that the general public doesn't see and sometimes will never see. You're kind of exposed to some pretty traumatic things. And I'm just going to talk about kind of what I went through and how it led me to addiction issues. I've worked I've worked military, I've worked corrections, I've done gangs. I've also done forensics and death investigation. So I kind of went all went all around the board, and this is just what it kind of did to me. And a lot of times when you take these jobs, you're not going to think about that. You're not going to see yourself changing, but your family and friends, they're going to notice a change in you. So, one of the things that I had experienced was isolation when I was at home. I didn't like to go out. Um, this started probably when I was working in corrections. Um, Corrections is a kind of a different beast. It you're seeing some of the same people every day. Some of these some of these people, they are also dealing with addiction and mental health issues, and so it's kind of, you're seeing a lot of these people at work, and you don't quite know how to handle yourself around them, and some of the wild things that they do. A lot of violence. But so I was isolating when I was at home. Um, and then I was kind of mentally checked out when I was at home. That was the case when I was doing death investigation and having to go out to a lot of these scenes. Um, I wasn't processing it as it was happening. Uh, you know, I was taking a lot of this stuff home, and I when I would be at home, I had a family, and they would be talking to me, and sometimes I would be responding, sometimes I would not. Sometimes I'm just staring straight ahead, and they could be having a conversation, and then they're like, "Hey, are you paying attention?" Or the kids are like, "Dad, dad, dad." And I just mentally, I was checked out. I would be using alcohol to cope with the trauma from work. Um, Sometimes, I would come home, and I couldn't wait to crack open a beer or get a shot and get some of that bourbon in me. Um, Everybody's different. This is just how I coped. I would basically drink to forget some of the things that I'm having to see and do at work. Uh, The job is it's stressful. Um, Mentally, it takes you all over the place. Um, so you know, from the time I got home until the time I passed out, I was staying drunk, and I wasn't talking to people. The only time I was sober was when I was at work. Um, I just I used alcohol, and that was my crutch. That's how I got through the day. When I would be on scene, I'm of course I'm working the scene, I'm doing my job, but all I can think about in the back of my mind is, God, I'd rather be at home drinking and forgetting about the shit that I'm seeing right now. Um, it. I didn't know it at the time, but I was suffering alcohol addiction and some post traumatic stress, and I didn't know how to deal with it. Um, it was just one of those things. I stayed drunk, and my family suffered. They could see that I was changing, but I didn't. Um, I hold a lot of guilt and shame and regret for the way that I acted. Um, I can't blame it all on the bottle, but um, it had a it had a hold of me, and I wasn't ready to admit it. Um, so when I was home, I was drinking and get as drunk as I could get, and try to forget some of the stuff that I'm seeing at work. I'm you know going out to some like homicides and suicides and just everything that you can think of, and I didn't know how to handle it, so that was my way of putting up a wall, and so that I didn't have to feel, and so yeah, I stayed drunk for a number of years. um I finally I got help. Um, Took a long, long time, but I woke up one day and decided, hey, I need to talk to someone and try to get help. Um, I went the VA route. I went to VA, and yeah, that's how I got started on a journey to recovery. After I got sober, then I started working on me, um, and trying to change the person that I'd been. I was just like a robot. I didn't have very many friends. I pushed everyone away. And so now um, I've got over 6 years sober, um, about 6.5 years. Haven't had a drink or a drug. And yeah, that's what I did. That's my story. I don't know if this will help anyone. Anyone who, if you're working um, jobs where you're, seeing the worst in society, whether it be law enforcement or corrections or investigations, fire departments, EMTs, medics, military. Even if you're suffering, you don't have to, man. There are resources, and you don't have to suffer in silence. It doesn't make you lesser of a person to ask for help. Um, After I had gotten help, then it was like I went through a portion where I was kicking myself in the ass. Like, why didn't you do this sooner? And you can get help. It's up to you to get it. For me, uh, I learned one way, and that's the hard way. Um, and a lot of people, they're not going to change until they've lost enough and they've suffered enough. I got done with, I was finished. I wanted to end the suffering. I wanted to get help and get better so that I could be a better person, and be a better father. So, yeah. I hope, if there's someone out there, if you're suffering with any of this stuff, reach out. You don't have to suffer alone. There are resources. Um, First step is, picking up the phone, asking for help. That's a hard thing to do. Um, that was very hard for me. But I hope this helps, and you guys stay safe. I love you. Um, you know, I hope this helps. So yeah, you guys have a great day, and yeah, I'm probably gonna do a few more of these videos. I'll go a little more into detail about my story and my road to recovery and change. And yeah, have a good day. I love you guys. If you're watching this on any of my channels, please like, follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you have any questions, reach out. Don't suffer alone. If you have any comments, put them in there. Yeah, love you guys. Have a good one. Stay safe.